Hello everyone and welcome to another replay brought to you by Shiki StarCraft. This is going to be a 1 vs 1 here on Metalopolis, and this is actually going to be between two players from different clans. This is part of the SC2CL, so the StarCraft 2 Clan League. You can check it out at sc2cl.com, and this is actually going to be from Division 1, I believe. Mana, part of Mouse Sports. Yes, Mana is part of Mouse Sports. And Timetwist is actually part of Abused. Or do I have that backwards? I don't remember. Anyways, Abused is fairly new to me, but Mouse Sports actually very popular, as they do have players like Moro, White Raw, a couple others. Very popular. Anyways, 1 vs 1, we've got Timetwist spawning as the purple Terran at the 9 o'clock position, and Mana spawning as the 6 o'clock position as the, looks like to be orange or green Protoss. So yeah, first pylon up here, and no scouting from either player yet. Another PVT. I know I just brought to you a series of PVTs, but this is going to be another. This is a best of 3, and the way it works is loser picks the next map. So yeah. First barracks coming up here at 13 for Timetwist, and his scout is going to go in the wrong direction. He's going counterclockwise, or sorry, clockwise, and we are going to see a late scout for him. And Mana also scouting in the clockwise position. We are going to see him find the base just before the next supply depot comes up, so that is good. Going with the wall off for the base of Timetwist, it's not going to be quite effective, as Mana did get lucky and found him real quick. Looking to like he just wanted to see if there was any non-standard play, like Reaper Harass or no barracks in the base or anything like that. Proxy barracks is usually what they want to scout for. Anyways, Orbital Command coming in and first Marine coming out, so standard play. He's going to keep his probe in the base as long as he can. Unfortunately, Timetwist is not found, or has not found, Mana's base yet, and we do have a Cybernetics core coming up, almost halfway done, and a second assimilator coming up for Mana, so looking to be going a fairly gas-heavy build. That means we won't see an early Zealot push, more likely to see some kind of timing push, maybe with Stalkers and Sentries, or we maybe even see a Robo Bay. Robotics Facility, not Robo Bay. Anyways, ooh, Mana looking to put down the Robotics Facility, being a little bit too quick with his commands. He shift-clicked it back to mine, and because that SCV actually passed through the area that Robotics Facility was trying to be put down, the probe just couldn't place it there and went back to the minerals. So the Robotics Facility is now up and running, also getting a pylon at the north of his base that he could probably warp in units up here, and also to provide additional sight for any units looking to come across this terrain. Important to note with this Xel'Naga Watchtower, if you do get it, you can see all activity, I should say ground activity, coming through. And it looks like we're going to have a Stalker from Mana come up here to take the Xel'Naga Watchtower. So yeah, great job there. And quickly running away, we do see this probe up here. Is going to see this Marine come by, and unfortunately for Timetwist, he doesn't know about this probe. We are seeing a second barracks come up, but before that, he did place down his factory. So very early factory. A couple Marauders being pushed out, but we actually don't see any concussive shells or any research being done at this point. Peculiar, but we are seeing a factory being moved halfway across his base to go land on the tech lab. So it almost would have been just as fast to put down a tech lab right where he was. But looking to cut a few seconds off, and he's not even using that now. So yeah, probably should have just put a tech lab right where he was. Probe now coming in and getting a little bit more of a scout. Still nothing put on out of this tech lab, so a lot of wasted time there. For Timetwist. That's a tongue twister. Anyways, yeah, absolutely, I don't agree with that. If he was going to do something with it, he should have just left it there. And now this barracks is getting another he's getting a tech lab on it itself. So maybe now that he's seen the probe was able to scout this, maybe he decided to switch his tech. I don't know. One Marauder out in the field here, and we are getting a starport up as well, and an armory. So, ooh, are we going to see a Thor? A Thor? Probably. Anyways, we've got one Immortal out already with a Sentry and a Stalker. So, oh, and a Observer. Nice to see that Observer out in the base already. And we got a second Immortal being produced. 2 Warp Gates already out in the field, third one being produced as well. Back in Timetwist base, we now do see concussive shells being upgraded. He does not know about this Observer here, and the Thor is being built. So yeah, you guys probably have seen a replay or two of mine with that small Thor. It is a little more believable now that he could be produced from such a little building. I had a few people telling me that the Thor now actually looks like a barracks transformed into a unit. It's pretty cool. And looks like a medevac's coming out, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. This Observer making good use of this high ground, able to shoot all the way up, needs to back up a little and get this Thor closer to the ledge. That way the Immortals can come in and focus them down. Immortal almost get taken down, needs to wait for his shields to regenerate. And if you guys missed it, there was a command center being built here to do an early expansion, but he was able to cancel it and now putting up a third barracks instead. Nothing else being produced out of this starport. Medevac needs to come here and heal up the infantry. Oh, I guess they were all killed. Immortals coming in, taking out the supply depot. Need to get out of there as those shields are going to go down. One Immortal down, second Immortal going down as well. Oh, and I did not see this Immortal taking out the Thor. So the Thor did go down. That is going to be very problematic for Timetwist. That bear bunker now does get taken out. Guardian shield going up from the Sentry, able to protect all of these units from the Marauder damage, and this is just going to be too much for Timetwist. He's going to be forced to GG as his Thor is not nearly out. He's got nothing out of his starport, and his barracks are only getting a Marauder Marine, so it's just not going to be enough. More reinforcing units from Mana, able to overwhelm this Terran base. SCVs coming off the line to try to prevent this from happening, but it's just not going to be enough. This Observer playing a big part in the assault of this base, giving these Immortals the sight they needed to take out that supply depot and Thor as fast as possible. So Timetwist says GG, well played, and Mana is going to take the first game 1-0. So I'll bring you the next couple games here just in a moment.